smoke. I just want the smoke. I just want the smoke. When the clouds go high, then the ice go low. The clouds go high, then the ice go low. Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Pablo Santo. Pablo Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo. Pablo Santo.
I get in the boots of Santa. She's a dancer, prancer. She like my flavor like I'm Fanta. Don't fuck with cancer. Crossover like the answer. She tryna hold me for the ransom. No AI, nice try. Hit you with the bye-bye. No ties. Living life like I supersize my fries. My. Feel like Johnny on the vibe. And the blunt tastes like apple pie. When I get finished, I might have her for the side. No, I ain't finished. Feel like Popeye with the spinach. Yeah, I'm about to replenish. Yeah, we gonna hit the Guinness. Cause we smoking till we choke. Whatever for your ball. Cause I'm higher than the pole vault. Yeah, you know.
Give me all the smoke. 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 I just want 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 the smoke. When the clouds go high, then the ice go low. The clouds go high, then the ice go low. Give me all the smoke. 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 Oh.
Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo.
Lungs like a blowfish, puffing on that old shit. Off honeycombs and concentrations, kinda hard to concentrate. Resin on my rap, got my fingers feeling sticky. Beat me up, Scotty, to the moon in a jiffy. Gas in my system, got this crown shocker vibing. That stanky, put them down, and Keisha call my silent. Reefer got me reeking like my bongos burning roaches. Sport the fragrance like cologne, let the aroma be my mouthpiece. Floating past the clouds, I'm just posted where the angels be. Peace be my frequency, and frequently I'm known to be. At it like a mathematic, must have it like cabbage. So I practice what I preach, and I lead by example. Let my life be the sample. You should be a demo. Focused on this paper while I'm touching on my mental. Super Saiyan level up and I ain't talking bezel up. Keisha in my lungs got me moving like the wind flow.
Give me all the smoke. 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 I just want 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 the smoke. When the clouds go high, then the ice go low. The clouds go high, then the ice go low. Give me all the smoke. 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 Oh.
Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke. Oh.
Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Pablo Santo. Pablo Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo. Pablo Santo.
I get in the boots of Santa. She's a dancer, prancer. She like my flavor like I'm Fanta. Don't fuck with cancer. Crossover like the answer. She tryna hold me for the ransom. No AI, nice try. Hit you with the bye-bye. No ties. Living life like I supersize my fries. My. Feel like Johnny on the vibe. And the blunt tastes like apple pie. When I get finished, I might have her for the side. No, I ain't finished. Feel like Popeye with the spinach. Yeah, I'm about to replenish. Yeah, we gonna hit the Guinness. Cause we smoking till we choke. Whatever for your ball. Cause I'm higher than the pole vault. Yeah, you know.
Give me all the smoke. 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 I just want 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 the smoke. When the clouds go high, then the ice go low. The clouds go high, then the ice go low. Give me all the smoke. 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 Oh.
Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Pablo Santo.
Give me all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Santo. Sing. Pablo Santo.
Give me all all the smoke. Give me all the smoke.
Lungs like a blowfish, puffing on that old shit off honeycombs and concentrates. It's kinda hard to concentrate. Resin on my rap, got my fingers feeling sticky. Beam me up, Scotty, to the moon in a jiffy. Gas in my system, got this crown shocker vibing. That stanky danky, put him down and Keisha go my silent. Reefer got me reeking like my bongos burning retrospective fragrance like.
One of these. No, I'm just feeling like I'm dancing. All right, we in there. Welcome to the vote. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in to the show, The Vote. This is a show where me, I was gonna say my boy, my cousin, Freshmayne Gouda, and the Royal Flush crew, we all come together. We have intellectual conversations from love, relationships, spiritual, artistry. It's our vibe, pretty much our vibe. So we thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are watching, of course, you're on HMS Network on the YouTube. We thank you guys. Let's give them a hand. Everybody coming with us. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Today will be a fun-filled show. We are going to be chilling, but talking. I want to say fun-filled because some of the stuff we're going to be talking about is going to be a little bit turned up, might get you a little intense if you haven't dealt with some things in your life. But we're definitely here for the long run to make sure that you guys are learning and that we're getting some things populating. Appreciate everybody in the room. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves real quick. I go by Cedric Blickman, a.k.a. Blic. We got my boy Freshmayne Gouda, a.k.a. my cousin.
Boy, yes, sir.
All up in this tang. Don't forget it. And we got also the Royal Flush crew. Today we got with us the wonderful Love Always. Got him. And we got somebody that's not new, but not new. She's always been behind the scenes. Let's give it up for Femi Fem. I say Femi Fills. I'm sorry. And when our powers combine, appreciate you guys. And when our powers are combined, we are the Royal Flush crew. And yeah, definitely here to stay. Been having a good season. This season has been real good. We've been hitting all kind of different topics. Last week was a serious one. It was pretty much talking about what's holding you back from sex. That was a topic. We had Freshmayne Gouda. He was talking about skiing up in that thing. I was like, Lord. Oh, Lord. Don't get him started. But he put his hair up today because we're going to have to deal with some messy stuff today. Today's topic that we're going to be talking about today is how to deal with drama. Drama? No, trauma. Put the T on there. Trauma. Got it. So yeah, how to deal with the trauma. And if you can deal with it, then maybe we can one day get rid of it. So that's always the ultimate goal. So yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about that, just kind of going over our personal situations that we've had, and then just our suggestions and period in general of different people that have gone through different traumatic type of situations. And what did they do? How you feeling today, Freshmayne?
I'm feeling refreshed,
You're feeling refreshed. You're feeling good. You're straight. You're a little lighter. You didn't go to the bathroom a second ago, did you?
No, man. We just moving and being.
Okay, he just being. Okay, he in his greatness and his beingness. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody we got real quick. Love Always, how you feeling today, Love Always?
Great as usual.
Okay, appreciate you. And Femi Fills, how you feeling today? Wonderful.
I'm wonderful.
What a coincidence. I knew it. I already knew. So, yeah. We appreciate you guys for coming in to talk about this topic today, because this definitely one to hold on to your seats. Let's go ahead and dive on in. Let's just jump on in. Let me turn this music down. Get some music popping. Okay, cool. So trauma for that mama. When it comes to trauma, this is like a topic that I feel is not the favorite on the favorite to-do list with people when it comes to people. Because whenever we start talking about traumas or things of that nature, it seems like you got to start digging up stuff out your closet. Because trauma immediately means it's quote unquote either I haven't dealt with something, there's something that's still around lingering, something that is always on my mind, or whatever.
It's a tragic situation.
And it's tragedy. Straight tragedy. No laughing, no jokes, but it's true. Something that's traumatic or something that really is crazy that happened to you. So, first off, before we go into the definition and breaking it down, we have to take into consideration that this is not just light work when it comes to dealing with trauma. When you're dealing with trauma, something has happened either most of the time outside of your will. When it happened outside of your will, it's kind of like forcing itself onto your life. Now it's a part of your life, whether you like it or you don't. So it's one of those things, like I said, it's not to be taken lightly. It's nothing like, man, get over that. You cut yourself. It's going to heal tomorrow. Like, get out of here. No, definitely not. Definitely something that's taken very serious. And if you know someone that has dealt with those things, it should be taken you should have consideration for them as well, because who knows, man? Just because it didn't happen to you don't mean that it did not mean something. For real, for real.
Still might have been serious to somebody else.
You ain't not lying. Yeah, so I definitely want to just say that just for the caption. Sometimes we do joke around and we have fun and certain things of that nature, but at the end of the day, it's not a joking matter. If we know people that are in certain states of mind or a certain type of energy, it's good. It's up to us to be able to help them, assist them, do whatever we can in our nature to make sure that they're in a better space. You can't save everyone, but you can definitely assist. If you see somebody over there crying, weak, or in a certain space, and you're able to assist, just saying something might actually save a person's life on some real. So let's first off go in. For people that don't know what trauma, they might think it's drama for your mama. But let's go ahead and have Freshmayne Gouda for the one time, if you can, Mr. Gouda. Can you give us a quick little definition of the actual definition of what trauma means?
For sure. So, hit that Google one time and came up with a little definition. They said trauma is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. Personal trauma, like the death of a child, is an example. They also use physical injury. So,
Oh, that's two different ways. Okay.
Yeah.
So it can happen. So it's pretty much saying it can happen in a mental way, and then it can actually happen in a physical way too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Whew. Okay, so from the gate, man, it's saying we dealing with something on some
It's
extra.
disturbing and distressing. So this ain't no calm situation. This ain't something that you could just slide on through. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and keep it pushing.
This is this is gonna ruffle the feathers of the calmest motherfucker.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's meant to do so. It's
Yeah.
not saying there's something wrong with you because your feathers are ruffled. It's
Yeah.
meant to do that.
Yeah, that's what it is. When you're dealing in those certain things, those shocking moments or those shocking things that happen in our life, whatever it is, you name it. It could be, like I said, from a sexual situation to a verbal type of situation to a financial situation. Imagine being a millionaire, having a lot of stuff, finally made it from the slumps, lose all of it. Woo, trauma.
Right.
Maybe you like, ooh,
Right.
and just to be able to just know that you had everything one day, and then to name our old bills, and and then to get back on it, to be able to convince yourself enough that you could be able to make it back up to get back in that space.
Down, like, nah, we ain't gonna. 'Cause you know, you oftentimes go through a situation
Yeah.
that's traumatic,
Yeah.
and you want to just sit and sulk.
Yeah.
All the energy is drained out,
Ooh,
and you don't
you're
want to
not
do
lying.
shit else, but just you don't even want to get up to eat. You just want to sleep. You ain't got the energy to talk about it.
Man.
You done talked all you can about the shit.
Yeah.
You can't even do nothing but think about the shit to the
Yeah.
point where your body is just
It wear you
it's
out.
just a lump of motherfucking flesh in the bed, and you just constantly your mind is working on this bullshit
Over and
You know
over
what I'm
and
saying?
over and over again, like
So-
Gouda was saying.
It takes some serious wherewithal, some serious strength to get up and even take the next step, to push forward, to not just lay there and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
yeah.
really start finding some conclusions and to start sifting through this matter that we call in this fuckery. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And it is different, man. It's different down here. It's definitely a difficult situations with the people that we're dealing with down here. Just how sometimes people can be so angry, upset, mean, don't care, cold-hearted. It's a great chance of living in Earth. You can have some trauma. It's just a great chance. If you made it down here with none, whoo, boy, you had a life. Boy, you had a life. But there's definitely always something that's trying to leave an imprint. So since we kind of went over the definition itself, let's talk a little bit more about that, Freshman. So what would you say personally? Have you or anybody that you know, on a first name basis type of vibe, do you know that have dealt with trauma? And if so, if you know them, like, how did you see that it affected them, that they were dealing with this trauma?
I mean, all my life I've seen people deal with trauma. People deal with it different ways. Some people just bottle it up and, you know what I'm saying, kind of stay to themselves and try to dissect it mentally. Some people just lash out, you know, and it's not necessary. They don't even believe they lashing out. It's just, you know, their behaviors change when they under a certain amount of stress. You know what I mean? You can't think properly, you know what I mean? So now your mind, instead of going through a course of action that you would normally do smoothly, you know, you got a wrench thrown in there. So now you got an extra step that you ain't got time to adjust or think about. And if you ain't, you know, an adaptive type of person who is used to solving problems on the fly and being adaptive like that, it could cause you to malfunction to where you malfunction on the level where you fucking something up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's, you know, that's serious trauma. You know, sometimes again, we just get derailed to the point where you don't want to get up and go. But as we know, in this life, in this body, this shit don't stop. You know what I'm saying? They want their money. They want their shit on time. They ain't wanting no excuses on why you feeling so down and none of that shit.
Yeah.
They want their issue, or you will be sitting in that same spot trying to figure out another problem. You know what I'm saying? And that includes on how to get your food, how to get your shelter. If you put yourself in a certain type of situation, say you burn all your bridges and all it is you know, you that big bad motherfucker, you don't need nobody. And you done pushed it to a point where it ain't nobody around but yourself. And, you know, you got to figure out how to get this shelter, how to get these things that you would acquire with the team or the help of, you know, other people around, the family or anything. And you got to adjust, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You got to keep shifting. We got to keep grooving in this thing. And then if you're having, like I said, different type of relationships or friendships or business or life, period. You gotta have your big boy boxers on and your big girl panties on.
yes.
It's definitely no way around it when it comes to it. Because like I said, if you're living in this life and you're thinking that it's just gonna be all peachy, or if you ain't seen this already, man, you're gonna have to see what's good. And then once it hits you, then once things in life hit you, you have to. It's another whole version of yourself that have to deal with the wound. The wound itself. It's the prevention of the wound, then it happens. Then when you have the wound that actually happens, then the nursing of it to get you back to yourself. When it comes to traumas or different things in self, it seems like it takes a little bit from your mojo. It slightly alters what you had going on already.
It's almost like you said earlier, crazy shit. The deer in the headlights.
Man, you ain't never lied. Like, while we was talking, it's a deer in the headlights. It freezes you, and now it's like, whenever that's good. The lights is like the trauma.
Yeah.
This trauma hit you in the eyes again. You like, you stuck. You don't know what to do.
But the problem came too fast for you to analyze this, you know what I'm saying, problem. So now you can't make a smart decision. You frozen. You looking at all the decisions at once and you can't make one.
And you can't. And then it's like, so it puts you in a situation and now you're no longer to deal with your normal flow. You're not able to continues. Like, there are people that can have traumatic type of situations that happen and they still can be themselves or still can move on. It is something that low key comes in their mind when certain situations happen, but they're able to continue to push forward. Then you have the ones, like you say, it reminds them of it too much, or they get back in that space, frozen, not doing nothing, get hit by the situation, a problem, dragged, drug all through it. I want to kind of get the panel involved. We haven't said nothing too much to the panel. Love Always, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep going in. I know we kind of been going in on me and Fresh. I kind of wanted to piggyback on you guys and try to get you guys' opinion. And let's just kind of reverse it just a little bit. And I want to see what's your opinion. How do you think a person receives trauma? Like, how do you get trauma? Is it something you get at the grocery store? Is it something that you might get tomorrow? What's your definition of how do you receive trauma? Excuse me.
It In my mindset, I think it's a combination of um, your perspective of how you see things and the things that happen in your life. Like, um, in some sense, I do think that we have a choice over what we allow to be trauma and what we don't. Again, that's that alchemy thing. You could turn the most horrible situation into the greatest character building situation that you possibly could have, or you could look at it and call it a trauma.
I like that. I like how you
Um,
put that, love. Just to kind of stay right there where you're at. Taking the, when they say taking the lemons and making lemonade out of it. I feel that every traumatic, and this is, brace your seats for anybody that dealt with some trauma. I feel that every traumatic or trauma that we've dealt with in our life were building points, like what Love always was saying. That's why I wanted to put a pin on that. Every trauma that we've ever dealt with, it is a part of your identity, especially if something was outside of your will, like you could not help it. It happened, or it just shook you, you know what I mean? It surprised you. It's now a part of your character and your structure. So, I feel that the only way certain things get through, let's say the security of life or the universe, is most of the time when it's there to be for your good, for your better good. So if it was allowed and it was happening within it, instead of like Love always was saying, allow it to be your demise or allow it to be your I'm finished. Take that as a stepping stool to say, okay, because of this angle, because of this, now I can be able to excel, or now I have this type of information now to know what to do to not cause trauma for someone else or for someone else to go through that. It's not always just about helping someone else, but sometimes you licking your wounds and tending to your wounds a certain way can help another person deal with their wounds and how they are. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that was a good, definitely a good point. Love always. I appreciate you. Excuse the chicken in there. That wasn't a chicken. I pushed the wrong button. I ain't trying to give you no trauma, no chicken trauma.
Where Cadbury at, boy?
Now I thought Apollonia was here when I heard the chicken. I'm being honest. No, I'm just playing. But yeah. So let's keep going on. I wanted to talk to Fem. Similar question, Fem. Oh, no. Well, let's change it up a little bit. Just because we're getting ready to go to a commercial in a second. I kind of want to bounce off of it. Fem, are you there? First off, Fem, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, appreciate you. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to ask you this before we go into our commercial break real fast. Do you think, and now this is real, this is honest, because I already feel for people. I know a couple people in my life that have been through trauma and certain things like that. So I kind of have a heart for people when they do deal with certain things. Because low key it was outside of your will, and then now you have this burden or this thing that you have to carry on, which is kind of not fair. Low key, at the end of the day, it's like, but it is life. You got to deal with it. So I was gonna ask you, can a person, is it realistic? And I know we can say it because everybody can say the right answer, quote unquote. But is it realistic to say that a person can live a life, live a free life with still drama or trauma? Having trauma in your life, is it possible to still have a free life or be free or still get to that certain type of space, even though you've been through trauma?
I would say yes. It's kind of similar to what Love always was saying. I know in my personal life, I've used my traumas to elevate myself. It's the traumas have taught me to see people from another perspective that maybe someone who didn't go through any trauma, they aren't able to see that side of a person. So it strengthened my discernment. And so with that new tool, I'm able to, be even more free than I used to think when I was dwelling in my trauma. I had to understand that there was power in the trauma. And so you never forget it, just like they say, forgive, right? But you'll never forget.
Yeah.
Same thing with trauma. You'll heal, but you'll never forget.
Yeah.
So we just have to use it as a tool to elevate.
I love that. Let's give her applause for that. Super good. I love the angle that you was coming from that, Fem. Like you said, using it as a tool. So instead of it being the tool that's thrown the wrench that's thrown in your clock or whatever, let it be, instead of it being that, you're using that same exact tool to fix the clock because you've been hearing this creaking sound all night. So you're using that tool instead of throwing it in there and just, I don't want to deal with it. You take that tool and you actually use it in order to be able to make sure now you can hear the clock working like it's supposed to. Now you can hear that. Appreciate you. Now you hear the things actually going like it's supposed to. So I feel that that's a definitely good vibes, fam. Loki gave me chills real quick. Just being honest. Taking it, like you said, taking it as an actual tool itself. That's a whole nother mental mind frame to take something that is supposed to be seen as this is it for you. It's over. After this something happens to the average person, when this happens to the average person, they're done. And the fact that you're able to still come through, let's say, and this, I'm feeling somebody's spirit. That's why I said, it's about to get sensitive. For someone that's lost family members, I feel like they've lost family members in like a car accident or something, like multiple members at the same time. I'm feeling source like kind of directing you, saying that the feeling of what you feel of losing them is one thing. Of course, it's going to hurt. It's always going to hurt. But the thing that has happened, the fact that you're able to still be here and you made it, or that you're here, is in order to continue to push forward for that next person that's going to lose their family or their relatives. So for whoever that's for, take that. Definitely take that. But I feel that, whenever you're going through those things, especially like I said, something happens, car accident, family, lose somebody, lose, relationship, something happens to you. It's meant to be a part of your story, so you can add that to your story to help you with the ending of the story. Let's get ready to go pay some bills to ourselves real quick. We appreciate it. It's already going in. We're already at the 20 mark. So yeah, we're going to pay some bills real quick to ourselves. We'll kind of go back into this conversation, have a little bit more conversations on traumatic situations, like examples of different type of situations. Maybe we can relate to that. But yeah, we're going to go to a quick commercial break real fast. We'll play a quick song for our Smokers mixtape. And yeah, we'll be back, y'all.
Oh, let's do it.
You already know.
I'm just trying to get that bass bumping. We just trying to get them clouds jumping. Smoke on something cause you know we smoking Keisha. I just shake your hand because it's nice to meet ya. I just wanna do it like this, I'ma greet ya. It's so hot in here, I gotta take off t-shirt. It's the Smokers mixtape, it be bumping. I just wanna smoke on a little something. Put them roaches in the bowl, now it's gold. Oh, never get old. Oh, yeah, it's potent. Smell, let you know it. Deeper than the ocean, cause you like the locomotion. Let that smoke go round, 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 round. We ain't smoking till you know I'm laying down, down, down. Oh my God, it's munchy time. Gotta eat it cause you know this is so divine. Green clouds floating in the sky. Feeling like I need a piece of sweet potato pie. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh me, oh my. I just wanna say, our vibes is appetite. Freshman Gouda just pull up in the spaceship. Freshman Gouda just pull up in the spaceship. Oh my God, I feel like I'm faceless. Eyes look like Mace did. I'm smiling and my cheeks feel like a facelift. Feel like it's been years and I'm spaceling. Speed racing, smoking with the hot box face mask. And I'm blazing with my aces. Smoking Reggie Miller like a pacer. This sticky got me lifty like a lace front. This is straight from Asia, call it blaze on. Smoking California like a raisin. Too much light, no time for the shade on.
Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. You can't get enough. You can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. You can't get enough. You can't get enough.
Got my lungs full of Keisha and I keep on hitting like a tummy full of Henny when you keep on sipping. Puff, puff, pass, baby, come on, get me lifted. Can you feel my energy, baby? Say it is shifted. Thicker than some Jiffy, boy, that BZ be so tempting. I ain't even fighting, I dibble and dabble with her. Might be a one-hitter quitter, she a thriller. Homegrown, baby, can't find her in Manila. Tropical flavors, might even find her in vanilla. Got sugars and wax, might even lay her in a hemp wrap. Backwoods and swishers come handy when they ain't pressing. Bong rips how you doubled over till you relapse. Ganja, baby, potent like I juice that. I can't even stop, just got a whiff for that new pack. Smelling like a skunk with his booty in the air. Smelling like a skunk with his booty in the air. You know I gotta twist it up and blow it, I'm just saying. I'm about to twist a fatty, it's getting cloudy, beware. No fog lights, the reefer can barely breathe in here. No fog lights, the reefer can barely breathe in here.
Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. You can't get enough. You can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. Smoke some, you can't get enough. You can't get enough. You can't get enough.
Hey now, say now.
Hold on. I'm like, what happened? What happened? They can't see us. Hold up. that was the longest commercial break in history. Yeah, but we're back. we're back. We're back. Welcome back to the Vault. We are here live. You tuned into the Royal Flush Crew with myself, Blic, aka Cedric Blickman. We got Freshmayne Gouda in the house. Love always and Fims. Don't forget about Goddess Trends. She's up in the building somewhere. Together, when our powers combine, we are the Royal Flush Crew. What it do?
Hey now.
Almost broke a sweat. Almost broke a sweat. That was that close. If you just tuning in to us today, we are talking about how to deal with traumas, things that are not on everybody's to-do list. But we have to do the work. It's always good and peachy to be able to do the fun stuff, loving people, opening doors, and all this extra stuff. But when it comes to dealing with your skeletons or the things that are in your closet that you really don't want everybody to know, well, I'll say this first, Gouda. Why do you feel that, and I kind of know this, but just talking about it, why do you feel that most people don't want people to know about their traumas? Like, why is that the number one thing when it comes to traumas and stuff like that? You're not going to just raise your hand first, like, let me tell you my trauma. Like, why is it like that?
Lightweight because they fear to be judged, you know what I'm saying, based on their reaction to their trauma or how they handled their trauma. They don't want to be compared to how everybody else might have handled it, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about how they might have handled it is if they never been in that situation, I mean, might have is a very big thing, you know what I'm saying, in this world of possibilities.
Yeah.
It could have gone any kind of way if it happened to somebody else. That's why how you handle it and paying attention to how you handle it is very important.
Yeah, very, very good, Gouda. I'll give you on that. For sure. Gouda. Yeah, you're right. It's something about when it comes to being like an open book, we always get super duper sensitive when it comes to being an open book down here, and I can understand why. Somebody's looking at the first chance they get to try to take your stuff and turn it into their gold or their treasure, your drama, your shit, quote, excuse my French, but they try to take that stuff and be able to resell it or try to make light out of it so they can profit from it. And sometimes it's just like, man, that shit, that's a whole nother thing in itself. let me not drift off. But it's very important though to make sure that key thing when it comes to trauma, learning how to forgive. Similar to what Finn was saying, you're not going to forget, you know. So good luck. If you can, tell us the way. But if you can't, since you're not able to forget, you got to be able to know how to face it and forgive. Not saying necessarily you got to go to the person and say, hey, I got to make sure I tell you I forgive you. No, but learning how to be able to release that from your consciousness with the guilt attached to it, with you know, it happened to me because, you know, I'm the ugly one, or it happened to me to, you know, whatever we put in our mind to allow us to stay attached to it. We have to learn how to forgive ourselves for being at that place at that time. Forgive ourselves for being involved. You know, you ain't do nothing. It's kind of unfair, but it's true. Forgive yourself for being a participant in a situation that you didn't want. Once you're able to let go and forgive yourself in that space, then of course you can look out and forgive someone else, even if they're not apologetic. That's the hardest part. If they're not apologetic, it's gonna make it hard to forgive. But us forgiving a person is not based on what they're doing over there. It's just to get it off of you so you can move forward in your frequency. Let's kind of keep going in on that a little bit. Love always. What are some things? What are some ways that you could be able to deal with a person that is, let's say, that's not forgiving for a trauma? If somebody did something to you, let's say it's traumatic, you're still choosing to move forward with them or move forward to know them, and they're not apologetic. Like, are there? What? How would you deal with that?
I think the first thing is that sometimes we create trauma for ourselves based, again, upon our own perspective. And if it's a situation with another person, it might not have been that they meant to cause you that harm. And therefore, they might not feel like they have an apology to give. But a way that I like to look at it is when I'm the person that is supposed to be giving the apology, it's my job to give it, not to make sure that it's received. And so I have to believe that it could be seen the other way. It's not my job to receive your apology if I don't feel like I want to.
Whew.
Everybody's at their own space.
That's true. That's true. It's funny because in life, especially as adults, we're always playing the what's it? Yeah, the happily ever after game. It's like I want it to be. I want it to be so happily ever after if we can, but you can't control it sometimes. Like if I come to you, you feel some type of way, you don't forgive me. Now that f's up my whole life. Like no, I had to come to you with that option of saying in my mind, yes, I messed up. I came to this space. If you receive it, I hope you do. If not, it's okay. I got it off my chest. I'm on something else. I'm moving in another direction. But sometimes we just gotta sometimes in life you just gotta see certain things, I guess. But some of us are holds on to that, and that could be your demise. Just you holding on to having to get a certain response or getting a person to respond in a certain way, you can miss the whole entire blessing in the first place.
Because you ain't focused, you sidetracked.
Yeah, you sidetracking on that. You're more focused on a certain type of outcome. That's why I was saying happily ever after. It's like if it doesn't turn exactly this way, my life is ruined.
Yeah,
if I
force the outcome, like you said.
Yeah, force what it is. Instead of just getting off your chest, now how you feel. It don't matter what they say, I feel better. I finally spoke about it. I finally talked. I ain't talked to nobody about this for years. I was able to approach the person and let them know what it is and how I feel. Boom. Now it's done. Now the response, like I said on the response back, it let me know, yeah, that person was still scandalous. Or this person is still that way. Oh, damn, they didn't mean it that way. I was tripping. Now that'll knock you back on your seat. Definitely. Yeah, so it's definitely making sure that we have to be able to put ourselves in that forgiveness state. I want to bring that into you, Fem, as well. What are some different things? Because I know that you did kind of go. You said you went through a few things. Was it one of those issues where you had to forgive, or did you go through the process of forgiving the person? I remember you saying you had some traumas.
Oh, yeah. I got traumas, but yeah, when it comes to people taking accountability or accepting, it's more for you. Forgiveness is not about them, it's more for you. And so I feel like, I had to really understand that and show myself some self-love in that, because I'm like telling myself like I'm worth it. I love myself enough to heal from this. I'm the one dwelling in this, And how many times do I got to keep going back to throw up, like to realize that shit ain't for me, like you know what I'm saying? So it's like you really have to do it yourself to forgive yourself for, like you said, that trauma, because you didn't get to choose that environment or people in your family. You didn't get to choose that. You know what I mean? So we got to stop blaming ourselves, even though we don't blatantly say it out of our mouths that we blame ourselves, but we really do blame ourselves for the traumas that happen. Like, what could I have done differently? How could I have escaped that situation? Like, you couldn't. Like, it was out of your control. So you have to take that heat off of yourself.
Yeah, good one. Good point. Super good point. Yeah, but you're right. And that's why I was saying it's a special type of situation, because this is not the prevention of something. This is not you went here and then this happened. Sometimes you could have made a bad decision and it turns trauma, trauma out of it. You receive trauma out of it. But for the most part, it's put on to you, like you were saying, Fem. And like you said, you got to step out of that mental space, knowing that you're enough to. I love what you were saying about that. Knowing, loving yourself enough to forgive yourself, loving yourself enough to move forward in that space, because these are the number one things that will cause other traumatic type of situations. Now, I'm not saying to be running around like you're afraid, but if you're staying in a fearful state, you're more of a magnet to things that will come to you that are, trauma filled. You know what I mean? Just like if you're a drama person, say drama for your mama. You out here drama, starting stuff, boom, boom, boom. It won't be a surprise if somebody come out, and you want some drama. Like, hey, you was the nigga I seen down the street. Like, here goes drama. Like, we in our field.
That's the description.
Yeah, exactly. So my point is, like what we were saying, if you're dwelling on this thing, you're thinking on this thing, you're going in it, rehearsing it over and over again. Now, it might not be that exact same thing, but it's an energy and an essence that's happening every time you're repeating this thing over and over and over and over and over and over in your mind. So therefore, when something happens again that even has a stench or a little smell of it, you're afraid or you're back in that space. Deer at the headlights. That deer is frozen like, is this happening again? Is this about to happen again?
Even if it's for a split second, that split second cost him his life.
Done.
Gone.
A deer, I was talking about that earlier. I said a deer can clearly jump over a car. I watched a deer jump over a high-ass gate, but it gets hit by a car, like frozen. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to jump. Don't know what to move. Just stuck. And I feel like that's what trauma does. It something in your life taps the trigger, something hits something, and then it hits the nerve, and now you're back where it was at. Like, if it was getting beat up, or you got beat up or something to that effect, and somebody now is trying to test you, you even a little bit more this time around. Like nobody ever gonna be, doing it. Like, brother, he wasn't really trying to fight you, like, but you own it. You ready to go. You ready to be, turned up to try to deal with that or meet that trauma. You're trying to meet that trauma, a collision, and it's like that's not the best way to go. I get it. We dealt with things as things happen, but we got to start shifting our mind into another state of like what Fim was talking about. You love yourself. It's okay. And then once you start doing that, you'll shift and start seeing things from another perspective. Not making it a perfect life, but it definitely won't be dealing with that exact same thing. And if you learn how to deal with one trauma in one little situation, you can apply the same thing onto the others. That's just take it down. Copy and paste. That's it. So as above, so below. Okay, so I wanted to see one more time. We did set the definition. Okay, so I wanted to say real quick without going too deep, and I'll be one of the. I could be one of the first. I wanted us to kind of share like examples either of our own trauma, ourselves, or a trauma of someone else. We won't go too in. I don't want to have a whole crying tissue session. But a way that, like I said, a trauma that you've dealt with and that you either overcame. With me, let me see. Ooh, that was deep. When I just said about it, and I was like, it was a light thought. Like, yeah, I used to have a trauma of cats. When I was younger, I had cats. My, biological father, he had cats. I would come back to my regular house, had cats. Or not my house, but I would have no people that had cats, right? One day I was, I remember I was like 8 o'clock. I was about 8 years old. I hop over my next door neighbor's yard and I see a cat back there crying or like whining. And I'm like just so helping, not knowing. I'm like 8, 9, you don't know nothing. I see the cat. Every cat I ever touched liked me and stuff. So I had a good history with cats. I end up petting this cat. I'm petting this cat. It's doing this. It's licking, but it's petting. I'm not paying attention. But I end up touching a part of the cat I think that was wounded or bitten or shot or something, right? As soon as I touched it, the cat jumps up and sticks his claws in this part of my arm. Like just so quick. How it did it was like butter. It was so easy how it cut me. I was just like scared low key of like, how could it cut me like that? That thing could have messed my life. My face. What if it cut my face like that? It stuck it inside of here. I flipped out. I was like, what is going on? It scared me, but I never had a bad situation with a cat ever. So trauma was there. It was like, hold on. At any given moment, a cat can be this evil? Like, it was just over. How you script. And then, of course, me as a kid, not knowing I touched a wound. Anything you touched a wound, it's going to attack you. But the fact that it attacked me, man, and I was so scared, just to make a long story short, I was so scared when I came home because of the bruise that was on my hand. It was like pus coming out of it, like claw, like went in, like literally like a needle, went in and went out. 3 of them. I'll never forget it. Pus and everything. I had a jacket on at the dinner table and stuff. Like, mom was like, what's going on? Finally had to take that thing off. Like, damn. Took it off. She, what is that? Mom was going in. What is that? A wildcat? You could have rabies? She's going in. She's going in. And I'm up here, bandaged it. She put the stuff on there. But to make a long story short, that little trauma, I didn't start messing with cats, y'all. Listen to this. This is what trauma do to you. I didn't start messing with cats until I was around Kayla. And that's like 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. I didn't start messing with cats from that little age of 8, 9-ish, I was off cats. Like, don't trust them. Never. They come rubbing on me. I'm like, I'm ignoring a cat. Like, you gonna rub on me? I ain't touching you. And I was really off of that. So that shows me, right, that little example right there. One little thing. Cat didn't do nothing. Now the cat wasn't in the wrong. Like, cat was like hurting and stuff. It just reacted. But that little thing made every other cat from 8 years old to damn 30s get neglected. And that's the thing about it. For real, every cat, I loved cats.
The same experience. They used to. My sister and my little brothers used to run. We used to run in each other's room late at night, throwing cats at each other.
Throwing cats?
Bruh, they came and threw the cats on me one night, nigga. Jumped up, cat was hanging on my collarbone, wouldn't let go. Nigga.
It was hurting too.
It's like 2 in the morning, nigga, waking up with that half sleep, like tripping from then on, like you said, till damn near 30-something, bro. Not fucking with the cats, nigga. Like, cuz I'm a big cat. I respect you, cuz I'm a wild animal too. If you test me, nigga. But we're gonna keep respect from
you gonna be right over there. Nigga. I don't even like their attitude. Like, who are you? You walking by like I gotta pet you.
Like you gotta. Once you really understand it, it's that same. It's like when me and you walk in the room. That same gangster essence. You know
yeah. The
like,
cats
nigga,
are gangsters.
I'm him. I do what I want.
Yeah,
you know
you're right. It is a vibe. That's what I'm saying. Who are you? You walk up in here like the cat come on the table. Like don't even like whose table. I don't care whose table this is.
Nigga, this my table.
This
now.
is shit.
You know
I know the rules.
It's
I know the rules.
Our table, cuz.
Until you get that spray bottle. You get that spray bottle, boy. That's a gun,
It's yours, nigga.
Shh. Nah, I'm just playing. All right. I don't want to go too much in, but I'm just saying, it's the truth, though. We got to, just using that as a thing, and like you said, we're using those examples with the cats. I love cats now. Now it's a whole other relationship. I end up being with, or was at a house where someone that loved cats, and that because of their love for cats started to come on to me. I was like, I still was off of them, you know, but then they would come around. These cats was loving me. Like, I would sit there, come on me, like, around me and stuff. I'm like, look, you don't be messing with the cats. Now, imagine the person that ain't on these cats. They all coming around. They all be, like, purring. I'm like, look, I don't care what y'all doing. Where the dogs at? Come over here, the dogs. And so, eventually, it was Bella. I remember, you know, Bella cat. The Bella got me. Because it reminded me of a cat when I was young. When you see how the trauma goes back. It reminded me of the cat that was Sylvester when I was young. Super nice. I didn't touch no other cat. That was the only cat that would come to my door. It would try to get in my room when I was, you know, there. When it would come in the room, I'd be like, I fuck with this cat. You know, like, I fuck with it. And it allowed me to come back to actually loving cats again. So it's definitely, I would say, use that as an example. Whenever a certain situation, replace the cat with a relationship. Replace the cat with whatever, but just understand that it's not over for you when something traumatic has happened to you, especially like when it comes to relationships. If someone verbally abused you or physically abused you, it could be very, very traumatic in a sense for you to want to move forward or go on. Mm-hmm. You're thinking every man that yells at you now is going to hit you or something or abuse you, or vice versa with men. You think that all women is going to play you or play games or certain things like that. Men go through trauma too.
Tell you no, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even shoot your shot.
Yeah.
They going to have the stank attitude like that last fucking
That's
bitch,
trauma.
You know what I'm saying?
You just hit a good point, Gouda. That's trauma too.
Hell
a lot of us
yeah.
have trauma before we even deal with the situation, like a man going up to a woman actually asking for a number or stuff.
Yeah.
But you had trauma the last time you asked a woman. She embarrassed you in front of everybody at the bar. Threw some water. I'm just playing goofy, but threw some water in your face and said, "I would never date you."
Happens,
now in your brain, you like, I'm not, man, no
I'm
more.
tell you real shit. As a young player, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, man, I used to try to be on my gentleman shit, hold doors open for females and shit. Mm-hmm. Until you hold the door open, the bitches got the stank face like you just supposed to hold the door.
You better hold the door. Hurry up and order.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hurry up and hold the door.
It's the king holding the door for the queen. Bitch, don't forget I am a king still. Now, I don't gotta hold this door open. I let this motherfucker close and see how you use them big independent arms of yours to go and open that motherfucker
yourself,
up. You know
open it up for yourself.
Matter of fact, we could take it back to the old country, nigga, and how you open the door for me. You know
way back in the day. You talking way back.
But you know, it did have me on attitude where it was like, damn, to where I actually thought about, like, fuck that, I'm not opening the door for this bitch.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it was certain women where just they aura, just
It
they
make you want to open it.
yeah, like this is a, you know what I'm saying, this being right here got me feeling good. I ain't even didn't I just seen
Now
them
it wouldn't even
jolly
been
and
right.
excited.
It wouldn't even been right for you to take that situation with that stank whatever, and
play
then now
it like
now a goddess walks through or somebody walking through and their presence is a certain type of way, and now because of the previous one, you're like, nah, I ain't opening your door. You know what I mean? It's just, you're right. You can't even let that stuff trickle down. That's deep though, Gouda. That's super good. All right, I'll see you the time. It's looking like it's almost that time, man. That is crazy. Where does the time go? We need to find it. We need to find it. Man, we thank you guys once again for tuning into our show. The Vote. It's been a great conversation. The only reason we even have shows like this is to spark conversations that make you think. Things that make you go, to make you think about it. So once you're able to think about it, you can discuss this with your family, your friends, put this on repeat, talk about it again, because when we're able to discuss these uncomfortable topics, then we're that step closer to identifying ourselves and getting in alignment with ourselves, because nothing is worse than not being in alignment with yourself. I don't care if you're in alignment. I'm about to preach now. I don't care if you're in alignment with a husband or a wife or a church or anything. You're going to be in alignment with all those things. But if you're not in alignment with yourself, you're pushing everybody else's program, but you're slacking, you're losing. So make sure that we keep these things, keep people around you that's going to strengthen you and help you. Keep activities in front of you, from herbs to baths to the things that we say in our nature to keep our chakras in order. Make sure you gotta do the maintenance at home. You have to, because we've gone through a lot. All of us have gone through a lot. And so if you have gone through some trauma and stuff like that, let's just know that, like I said, it's not done. It's not over. Other people have been through that exact same thing and survived. So keep that in mind, and let it be your stepping stool for the next moment. I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and I was just saying, like, the situation that you're actually going through right now, you don't even know that you're projecting your next situation in this. Even if you don't want it, even if something is kind of off a little bit like that, just know that you're projecting into your next situation. So make sure you watch what you're projecting, and not just fake fantasy type of stuff. You want to project real things into your life. Yeah.
You build it and they will come.
I love that saying. You already know. They build it, they gonna come. It don't start until your foot is about to touch the ground. It ain't gonna start a second sooner until that foot is about to touch the ground, then the ground comes.
Build it. He didn't say start building it, build it halfway.
Yeah.
Find the utensils and think about building it.
Yeah. Build it.
When you build it, that means
that's done. It means it's
finished.
done. It means you got a building out there, nobody out here. Hey, I hope people come.
If you sitting there wondering why the fuck shit ain't popping,
because you ain't built it.
You ain't built it yet, nigga. You still looking, you putting it together. You can build it, man, and watch this shit happen. You gonna know when you there, because they gonna come.
It's built. It's already built. So we appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all once again. I appreciate all the support. Everybody on BIGO, everybody that is helping us with the YouTube. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. HMS Network, The Vote, here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Like I said, we're going to keep this thing going. We've been having some super duper good episodes. I feel that, like I said, we covering up some ground. I feel like we be having them topics that you got to have with your mom or something. Back in the day, you get in trouble. You like, damn, I don't want to talk about this. Who want to talk about trauma? So just let you guys know a heads up. Next episode is going to be a good episode. You guys going to love that. It's Ficky friends. Hey, how many of us have them? Next week, we talking about friends. We got to have a conversation. I know that everybody knows you think you know what a friend is, but sometimes we don't think. I don't think people know what a friend is.
We ain't talking about the white people on TV.
Nah, we're not talking about friends, the white folks on there hugging each other and then giving you that. No. We're talking about what the hell. No, I ain't going to say hell. What in the world is a friend? Like, really? Not the friend that we say on just Instagram or just, at just school. I'm talking about what is a friend? What is the requirements of a friend? Like, I'm officially a friend because what happened? What happened to make me and him friends? Like, we're going to kind of go over that, because then when you kind of dissect it, then you can kind of see, why are you choosing your friends the way that you are? Why are you surrounding yourself with certain type of people? And if it comes down to it, we ain't going to go into that, but if it comes down to you're doing it because of others and other situations, yeah, you kind of got to twist it a little bit. We ain't going to go in too much, but friends, how many of us have them? For real. Next episode. So, once again, we thank everybody for tuning in. We thank you guys for turning on and spending your time with us. HMS Network, Hitmaker Society. If you want to contact us, please hit us up on our website, hitmakersociety.com. You can reach us there. Our email address is hmscastings. That's an easy one. HMS, then castings with an S, at gmail.com. Instagram, it is, personally, it's Blic333 if you're trying to contact me, or the company is WeRare HMS. Very, very simple. Make sure you hit us up. We are always down for clients and people that be a part of the team. All right. Love always. If somebody wanted to get in contact with you, how are they able to contact you? Wonderful lady.
As usual, you can contact me through the HMS network. You can also catch me on IG or BIGO at Love More. All of the vowels are numbers.
Got him. Okay. And then also Fem Fills. If anybody wanted to get in contact with you or keep up with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
On BIGO, of course, and the HMS network for now.
Got him. All right. And thank you, Goddess Trends. I see you in there. Keisha. I see you stick around, Keisha. Shout out to our cousin Clarence. I see you out there, Mr. Sam. Holla. All right, and we thank all of you guys, all y'all tuning in, man. You guys make it possible. We're going to keep this thing going. We are pushing. We still ain't forgot about Sophia Stewart. We're still pushing towards that. She's going to be towards the last episode. We're only in like episode 6 or 7. But yeah, let's keep it going. We're going to keep it popping. We thank you guys for tuning in once again. You tune in to HMS Network. It's your boy Blic, Freshmayne Gouda. And I'm going to say Freshmayne Gouda's his tags. If you guys need to contact Freshmayne Gouda, you can type in FRE. No, I'm just Freshmayne Gouda.
Get them motherfucking fingers ready and stretch that bitch all the way
He
out.
think I'm gonna forget every time though. He be like, "This motherfucker about to go." It's still a minute. We still got a minute. I should have
If
told
you're
him.
looking for them things that's gonna bless your ears, get the motherfucking sponge. Go to wherever you listen to music. Hit the search bar, man. Type in FRESHMAYNE. That's all one word. Hit the space bar for your boy Gouda. Look at any of those colorful pictures right there, man. Click one of them bitches. Turn the volume up. Buckle your seatbelt up. Soak that shit up. If you like what you hear, man, download that bitch and play that bitch again. You know what I'm saying? Then pick another one. Share it to your friend. Now, if you're trying to talk to your boy, collab, maybe hop in a video, get in a movie or something.
Maybe.
You know, pop out on Netflix for you guys. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't trip.
Man, you want to hop in the Freshmayne Gouda video. You need a script roll.
Maybe.
Something, commercials, all that good shit, flyers. Man,
Maybe.
holla at me on IG. I talk back. All you gotta do is hit FRESHMAYNE, no space bar, man. Shift and minus. That means the underscore. Gouda. Talk to me, I talk back. It has a little box for the email. Holla at me. Let's do it.
We are in this thing. Perfect timing. Exactly at 9 o'clock. Thank you guys for tuning in one more again. I got some lamb ribs in there waiting for my life. Do not play with my universe. Yeah, it's definitely going down. Shout out to all the men out there that know how to cook and know how to really cook. I'll let you, boy. You know, make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Freshmayne Gouda. Freshmayne Gouda got people delivering oxtails to us. I ain't going to say no name, but we had people delivering oxtails to us. Lord, I said, this nigga's the guy. You had to be the guy. They were super fire. That's the guy. All right. We love y'all, man. We out of here. It's 9:01. Thank you guys for tuning in once again to Hitmaker Society. Love y'all. Peace out. Cheer.